Joining me now is Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who serves on the Judiciary Committee, also Homeland Security. Thank you, Congresswoman. Thanks for being with us today. I know we're getting ready for another Sarah Sanders interaction with the press, as brief as it may be. And I wanted to get your reaction, first of all, to the president's threats, basically. He really upped the ante yesterday against both Jeff Sessions, who is recused and so cannot fire Bob Mueller, but also, most importantly, against the Mueller investigation. Do you think we're reaching some kind of really dangerous inflection point here?
Well, first of all, congratulations to a powerful woman with knowledge for 40 years, Andrea. Thank you for your service very much.
Thank you very much.
We are seeing a breach of the rule of law of historic proportions. Anyone who is a historian, a political scientist, or just an average voter knows, as they've watched the presidencies through the decades, through the last 10 years, 15 years, they've never seen a president of the United States, not their operatives or their staff or their press people, go so squarely against democracy and the rule of law, as evidenced by the shenanigans of this administration and particularly the president. As a senior member on Judiciary and Homeland Security, I've never seen it. I recognize that Reagan, many presidents were investigated. Obviously, Nixon had his Midnight Massacre, which looks like potatoes, small potatoes now. Clinton, of course, had his episode, and of course people were attacking the special prosecutor at that time, but never directly by the President of the United States. George W. Bush, President Obama, everyone has had a share of review of their administration and their tactics and their policies. In this instance, this president has gone directly and squarely against the rule of law. He is on the brink, he's on the precipice, he is clearly touching upon constitutional violations that no president should cross.
I want to ask you about the fact that the Republican leaders, certainly in the House side on the various committees, but now on the Senate side as well, Senator Chuck Grassley today about the Mueller investigation, saying that he thinks that Mueller ought to proceed and get it over with, and that he, in fact, should have gotten it over with yesterday, but if he can't get it over yesterday, maybe Friday, tomorrow it can be over because it's going on for 15 months. When you have the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee coming out that strongly and telling Mueller to hurry up and finish your investigation, what does that pressure tell you?
Well, let me say this. Individual members certainly have their right to comment. I'm going to be as strong as I possibly can. The committee of Senator Grassley has passed out the Special Counsel Protection Act, led by him and Democrats, a bipartisan legislation to protect the Special Counsel, Director Mueller. And I would say that I hope that the majority leader who has refused put the bill on the floor. In the House, we have over 150 members of Congress who have signed on to protecting Director Mueller so that he could not be removed while he is continuing his work, which has been stunning in its preciseness and its secrecy, unless it is a dereliction of duty or misconduct. So I go by your actions and not by your words. The special counsel is a fixture of the democracy of this nation. He is legitimately authorized, if you will. He's appointed by the Deputy Attorney General. The Deputy Attorney General has not indicated any lack of confidence in Director Mueller's work. The Iran-Contra went on for 8 years. The special counsel, special prosecutor in Watergate went on for about 2 years plus, or almost 2 years. And so the work that has to be done is work that has to be done fairly. And I would imagine at this point in time, none of the other special prosecutors had this number of indictments. We're now in a full trial of Paul Manafort, the first campaign manager of any president of the United States, presidential candidate, that is now on trial. I think Special Counsel Mueller needs to continue his work.
And finally, I want to ask you about the Violence Against Women's Act, because you and Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, other members of the House Democratic leadership have introduced a bill to extend it. It's going to expire September 30th. It was first passed in 1994, and now it's going to expire, and the House is going off for the August recess.
Well, thank you very much. And you're absolutely right. And Democrats who encouraged and invited Republicans to join us, we are the Get the Work Done party. We're dealing with health issues and education issues and funding issues. Democrats work. And what we decided to do is that we couldn't allow on our watch for the Violence Against Women Act to expire without not only a reauthorization, Andrea, but a freshen up. We're excited about the fact that Native American women, we have expanded their rights for protection. 84% of them suffer some kind of abuse. We're good because we have the immigrant women protected, and we've done something that advocacy groups have begged us to do, and that is not to force victims through a bench warrant. I saw that tragedy happen in my own hometown of Houston when they put a victim in jail, not to force victims through a bench warrant or court order to testify. It only results in horrible situations, and as well to strengthen law enforcement tools to help them find the perpetrator. There are victimization of women and men, of course. We expanded it to people across the nation. They can't wait, and Republicans need to stop playing politics. We hope that they will join us. This happened in 2010. It took 3 years before we could finally get a bill. We hope that when we get back, we'll move this legislation to protect not only women, but children and the American people in this time. It is right for now, and it is a bill that has drawn bipartisan support of the decades-long relationship that the groups, the advocacy groups, have had with members of Congress to pass this serious legislation. We hope it gets done, just like we hope Director Mueller continues his work without the intrusion of naysayers and fake news.
Well, thank you again. Thanks for your advocacy. We appreciate your coming on today. Thanks very much, Congresswoman.
Thank you.